Everybody, hope you all are safe. Today we are starting with the science chapter 3, that is fibers to fabric. Fine? So, before we start, what all things are we going to study in this chapter? First we'll see the introduction, that is what are fibers and what are fabrics. Then we are going to see the two types of fabrics, natural and the synthetic. Then we are going to see the types of natural fibers. In that we are going to study about the four fibers: cotton, silk, jute and wool. These are the four which we are going to study. How are they prepared, where are they grown, every detail about them. Then we are going to study about the synthetic fibers and their advantages. So these are the topics which we are going to cover. Okay, so let us start. The first topic is the definitions of what are fibers and what are fabrics. So when we say that what are fibers, fibers are the materials which are in the form of thin and continuous strand. Okay, that means the thin threads, we can call them, they are known as the fibers. And if we see the fiber strand, or we see the thread of the fiber, if we see the ends, there are many other even thinner strands we can see. Okay, so these which are made up of very thin strands together, this is known as one fiber. That means thin strands of thread that we see which are made up of still thinner strands, they are known as fibers. Is that clear? Now, the cloth which is prepared by using or weaving these fibers is known as a fabric. Is that clear? That means if we are taking the fibers together, many fibers we are taking together, then they will be knitted or weaved in the form of a fabric. Clear? Now, there are two types of fibers: natural fibers and synthetic fibers. When we talk about the natural fibers, they are what? The natural fibers are obtained from plants or animals. The sources are plants and the animals, and the examples are cotton, wool, silk and jute. Next we have the synthetic fibers or man-made fibers. The man-made fibers or synthetic fibers are what? Which are synthesized in the laboratory. They are known as the synthetic fibers. The examples of synthetic fibers will be nylon, rayon, polyester. These are the examples of synthetic fibers. Now the next we have is cotton. That means we are going to study about the different natural fibers. First natural fiber is cotton. Okay. Now cotton is what? That it is a very soft, fluffy staple fiber which is grown. It generally requires the alluvial soil for the growth. Okay, does not require a very high wet soil or very high temperature. A moderate rainfall is required and natural conditions are required. Okay, it does not require very adverse conditions for the growth. Now, the process of the production of cotton fiber, it involves many steps. The first step which it involves is the ginning. Ginning is what? The process of ginning is the collection of the cotton fibers or the cotton balls from the cotton plant. Is that clear? That means whatever seeds are there, they should be freed from all the debris, all the muds, all the rotten seeds, everything, and the cotton fiber is cleared and collected. This process is called as ginning. That is the separation of the cotton from the seed. Next is the spinning. Spinning is a yarn is usually of substantial length and small cross section. In the cross section of a yarn, there are usually a multiple number of staple fibers or filaments of unlimited length. This means what? That in spinning what is happening? that we are taking many fibers together, which we have collected, the cotton, and we are twisting them into one yarn. Fine. Yarn made up of staple fiber is known as spun yarn. The procedure or process in correct sequence is known as spinning. That means the collection of the fiber and the spinning of the fiber takes place. The next is that after ginning, what happens is that in the process of weaving, next is the process of weaving. Weaving is the method of textile production in which two distinct sets or yarns or threads are interlaced at right angles to form a fabric or cloth. That means we have taken in spinning yarns we have prepared, and then the yarns, two yarns are taken, and at right angles they are interlaced together. This is the process of weaving, and weaving leads to the formation of a complete fabric. That clear? So the three processes which are involved are what? Ginning, spinning and weaving to get from the cotton fiber to the cotton fabric. Now, weaving can be done by the looms. The machine which is used is known as the loom. They can be the hand looms which are done by hand, or they can be the power looms which is done by the machines. Okay. Next that we have is the production of silk. Now, silk is a natural protein fiber which can be woven into textiles. The protein fiber of silk is composed mainly of fibrin and is produced by a certain insect larva. Now, what do we mean by this? That in the silk, what is happening? That the silkworm is taken, it is reared on the mulberry leaves. It is grown on the mulberry leaves. When it grows, it does what? It has a spinneret. Spinneret is what? An opening from which the silk fiber is given out. The silk fiber which is given out, it will cover the entire body of the silkworm and it will form a cocoon. Right? When the cocoon is formed, the cocoon will be boiled and the silkworm will be separated and the cocoon will be separated. Is that clear? This is the process how the silk is produced, and the culture of this or the production of this silk is known as sericulture. Is that clear? That means the production of silk is known as sericulture. Next topic that we have is the wool. Now, wool is what? Wool is prepared by the fleece of sheep mainly. That is from the fleece of sheep. Other animals are goat, camel, yak, llama and etc. But generally the main from where we get the wool is the sheep. Is that clear? Now these animals have thick coat of hair on their body, and because their hair traps the air, and air is a poor conductor of heat. So thick layer of hair keep their body warm and protect them from harsh cold. So what is happening? That since the wool traps the air, so when we wear the woolen clothes, what happens? The air does not allow our body heat to move outside. That is why it makes us feel warm. Okay, so this is the wool. Now the process of removal of this hair or fleece from the sheep is given a term shearing. Okay, the term is given what? Shearing. So definition of shearing will be the process of removal of sheep hair or the fleece of the sheep is known as shearing. Is that clear? Next is what? Next we have the another natural fiber. Natural fiber that we are going to study is the jute. Now jute is what? First of all we should know that jute, India is the leading producer of jute in the world. Okay. Now how is jute grown? Jute is coming again from the plants. So the process of growing jute involves a very important process that is known as retting. Okay, retting. Now in the jute, what happens? Jute is actually grown during the rainy season because it requires a lot of water. So the sowing of jute takes place around in Feb and May. Feb to May, that is sown, is cultivated, and it is taking 4 to 5 months to grow. Okay, until the rainy season is reached. So now what happens, once the jute plant is ready or the crop is ready, what will happen, that the crop is taken and it is soaked in water for around 20 days. When it is soaked in water, the jute fiber is separated from the jute plant. Okay, plant is of no use for us, only the fiber we have to take. So this fiber gets separated from the jute plant, and this fiber is then packed, it is dried up and it is packed into bags to be sent into the factories for further processing. Okay, so this soaking up of jute fiber into the water is known as retting. Okay, now why is jute useful? Because jute is used for the preparation of strong things, because it is very strong fiber. So like sacks, ropes, these are the important uses of jute. The synthetic fibers or the man-made fibers. Now the synthetic fibers are also known as the man-made fibers. They are obtained by chemical processing of petrochemicals. The synthetic fibers can be woven into fabric just like the natural fibers. Okay, so that means what? That we have the synthetic fibers, the properties are mostly the same as the natural fibers. Okay, but the only difference is what? They are processed in the factories, they are not getting from the natural sources. Now what are the properties of the synthetic fibers? Why are they useful? The properties are, they dry quickly. It means that synthetic fiber dries easily after washing, and they are durable. It means that they can be used for a longer period of time. They are less expensive, they are readily available, and they are easy to maintain and do not need any extra care. So these are the properties of synthetic fibers. Next we have the types of synthetic fibers: nylon, rayon, polyester and acrylic. These are the synthetic fibers that we are going to study. Clear? Now the next thing that we have are the advantages of synthetic fibers. Now what are the advantages? First thing, they are durable and do not wrinkle easily. They are elastic, that can be stretched out. They are strong and can sustain heavy loads. Then they are soft and hence they can be used as a clothing material, and they are cheaper as compared to the natural fibers. What are their disadvantages? They do not absorb water or moisture. They can be affected if washed during the hot water, and they catch fire easily as compared to the natural fiber. So what do we say? That they have both advantages as well as the disadvantages. Okay, so what all things have been studied in this chapter? What are the fibers? Two types of fibers: natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Types of natural fibers, that is cotton, jute, silk and wool. Then what are the synthetic fibers? Their definition, their types: rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic, and then their advantages and then their disadvantages. Okay, now the question answers and the worksheet link is given in the description box. Just complete them, and in the next video we will be meeting with the lesson 4. Okay, till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.